Welcome to World Medical Elites. This is Shirley Crest Dudley, and today we will be discussing saving money on your taxes with our guest, Wesley Matejka. Welcome, Wes.
Thanks, Shirley. And I just want to jump right in the first thing before anybody tuning in, let them know if you're not interested in keeping six figures more of what you make. This isn't the interview for you, but if you are, this is the interview for you.
Oh, good information. Wesley Matejka is a #1 best-selling author of the updated Ultimate Guide to Cutting Your Taxes and Keeping More of What You Earn Guaranteed. Why paying hundreds of thousands of dollars less in taxes isn't too good to be true. This book was published by Investors Advocate, and it's the follow-up to Wes's first book, Half, The Ultimate Guide to Cutting Your Taxes in Half, Guaranteed, and a look at why it's legally, ethically, and morally possible for successful business owners and highly compensated executives to cut their taxes dramatically. The book also discusses how those that are selling large assets, such as real estate, a business, such as a medical practice, can defer the long-term capital gains taxes for 30 years. Wes is also the president of Tax Vantage Consulting. He is a popular guest on numerous radio shows and podcasts as a best-selling author and businessman. His favorite titles, though, are Christian, husband, father, and grandfather. So let's get started. Wes, when and why did you start Tax Vantage Consulting?
Started the company back in 2016, had discovered that there were opportunities available in the tax code for the people who qualify to be our clients, that most of them didn't know about. And I found out that the reason most of them don't know about it is most tax professionals, tax preparers, really are doing the basics of what they're supposed to do. They're recording the information you give them every year and reporting it to the government. And most top compensated medical professionals, et cetera, if they ask their CPA out of the, how many clients do you have? 200, 300, 500. How many of them are in my income range? And then most of the time they find out that their CPA only has a handful of clients that make what they make, which means that their CPA really has no reason to know about these portions of the tax code. And the people who do are attorneys and CPAs aren't taught how to explain this stuff to non-tax professionals. And that's what I figured out how to do. So I was able to educate highly compensated individuals on these things in the tax code in a way that they understood them and could go, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. Yes, I want to do that.
That does make sense. So we talked several years ago. How has the company grown, and what improvements and changes have happened?
Wow, yeah, I mean, it has been a while since we did our last interview, and the company continues to grow at a really kind of almost unbelievable, rate of year over year growth every year. And one of the things I'm really most proud of, and I think speaks the most about our company, is that we grow that at that level. And I'm talking 20 to 50% growth year over year every year. And we've never spent a dime on advertising. We grow because our clients tell other people about us, their CPAs tell other people about us, their financial advisors tell other people about us, and we get all of our growth from referrals. So when people say, how do I know that, when you say this isn't too good to be true, how do I really know that? Well, that speaks more to that question than anything I could tell them.
That's good to hear, and it's a testament to your business that you're by referrals only. Now, have any changes happened in the last few years?
Oh yeah. The company grew. I started the company and really built it on, a few uh, clear principles. Number one, I believe that anyone who got the education, did the investment, took the risks, put in the work to build a business and earn an income that qualifies to do the things we educate our clients on and provide to them, um, they probably know better what to do with their money to improve the lives of their family, their employees, their business, and their community than the government does. So I was dedicated to genuinely showing them how to keep that money so that they could do those things with that money versus giving the money to the government. Um, and as the company grew, it just I realized that needed to have more people. So we have grown the staff. We've improved our systems. Our clients consistently say, "Wow, you and your team just make this so easy." And there's no, it's not a difficult process, and yet they walk away with 6 figures a year more in their pocket. So if they can do that, they keep that much more money spending 15 minutes a year with us. That's what we've done in improving our systems and improving our staff.
Definitely worth their time. So, could you describe your ideal client?
So most of our clients, and it kind of depends on which state you live in, because we all pay federal income taxes, but depending on which state you live in, you may not pay state income taxes. Your state may not allow certain deductions, and certain states, uh, you know, there's a reason a massive majority of our clients are in states like New York and California, where when you combine their federal and state income taxes, their tax rate is much higher. But typically, we say our clients need to have a household AGI, adjusted gross income. How much money do they have to report on their personal 1040 before deductions as income? And that usually is above 500,000. We can help some clients in those couple of states with the really punitive tax rates, down to the 450, 425 rate. But really, it's anyone above half a million household income. And I will say that most of our clients are really, up in the 750, 900 and above $1 million tax rate, because when you get up there, you're being taxed at the highest rates, and it really has the most impact. The nice thing is the stuff we do on their income taxes actually is available to highly compensated W-2 employees, whereas most things in the tax code are reserved for people who own a business. And in some cases, it's not even that one person in the household has that kind of income, but maybe it's a married couple filing jointly, and one makes 300,000 and the other makes 250. Well, their combined income qualifies them.
What kind of results can these clients expect? Can you give a couple of case studies?
Oh, I mean, the amount of savings obviously is going to be determined by how much they make and what their federal and state combined tax rate is. That will fluctuate. The higher their income, the bigger the results. But a vast majority of our clients save $100,000 or more per year net extra money in their pocket. Uh, and even when we get down into the lower range of, when we get down to the 500,000, if somebody making $500,000 household income can keep even another $50,000 a year, that's still life-altering number over time.
Those are great results. And I recently read the most updated book, Half the Updated Ultimate Guide to Cutting Your Taxes Guaranteed. And there were some great case studies listed in there. And that book is available. Well, I saw it on Amazon, and I guess
Yeah,
you can get it anywhere.
yeah, you can order it on Amazon. And if a client doesn't want to pay what did I think I think I offered on Amazon now for like $4.99. If they don't want to spend the $5, they can reach out to us and we'll send them one.
Okay. What about the IRS? Is this going to raise the risk of an audit?
It's a great question. Great question. And that's, a big part of what we do is, number one, we stand behind everything we recommend for our clients, that if they're ever audited by the IRS for it, we will we will do the audit and pay for it. We have tax attorneys and CPAs on retainer who will handle that for them at no cost to them. And if we were ever to lose an audit, we pay any penalties or interest as a result of that audit. Proud to say that since 2016, since we started, we've never had a client actually be personally audited, and therefore nobody's ever actually had to pay additional taxes or penalties or interest, because what we do is legitimate. Just because they haven't heard about it, just because their CPA hasn't heard about it, just because maybe the IRS doesn't like it, doesn't mean it's not legitimate and will pass the scrutiny of the IRS. And that's to be able to save that money, and a lot of the things we do can't even be audited at the personal level. They have to be audited at the level of what the strategy. And we're not going to really get into the strategies in particular. We'll do that on individual calls. These things aren't even things that people can be audited for at the personal level. And the big, you mentioned in the introduction, when a medical professional is selling their practice, we're doing so much of that and helping them. It's kind of a shocking moment when wow, I got offered, $10 million for my practice. I'm cashing out. And then your CPA says, yeah, but, after you pay taxes on it, you're only going to walk away with, $6.5 million. What? We just helped a client close just recently on the sale of a practice, and they walked away at closing with $3 million more in their pocket than they would have had if they'd paid taxes.
That's a big difference. Now, what if we already have our own CPA? Are you taking the place of our CPA?
No, absolutely not. We actually are not a CPA firm. We're not a tax preparation firm. We do not file people's taxes. We will support and help their CPA if that's the route they take, which is in most cases is. But there are some clients who say, well, my CPA does what he does, just isn't interested in doing anything that isn't part of his or her regular routine of filing tax returns, doesn't understand this and just doesn't want to do that. But I'm not willing to pay $100,000 more per year in taxes just to make them comfortable. Can you refer me to another CPA? I've got some great CPA firms around the country who love having us send them new clients because they know what we do and they're perfectly fine with it.
So if we could use our own CPA and you help get them on board, explain them what you're doing or what they need to do.
Absolutely.
So any final thoughts or words of wisdom for those listening?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing I would say to anybody is, if you've reached that level of success where the amount of money you're paying in taxes is just mind-boggling to you. Elite medical professionals, let me put it in their terms, You know, people have their general practitioner, the person they go to for their physical, when they get sick, just for the routine medical stuff. But if you're having a heart attack, you're not going to have your general practitioner deal with that. You're gonna have a cardiologist pronto. Well, your CPA, the person who prepares your taxes, is your general practitioner. We're the cardiologist that when what you're paying in taxes, they've given you chest pains. Bring us into the team, and let us help you and your CPA put an end to overpaying the government.
That's a really good illustration and great information. So if you look at the slide, you can contact Wes and Tax Vantage Consulting at 858-259-0000 or email him, Wes at taxvantageconsulting.com. And on the screen, you can also see where to get his book, bit.ly/cutting taxes. Wes, thanks for joining us today.
Shirley, always a pleasure.
Thank you for listening to another segment of World Medical Elites. We are your top source for provider social proof. Remember to subscribe to our channel, follow us on social media so we can support you, and claim your free listing on the World Medical Elites website. Thank you.